Hello there. Alright. King's Quest V, yes.
Have you previously played King's Quest V?
Absence makes the heart go yonder. Okay, well, interesting. Have I previously played King's Quest V? No, I have
Warning,
not.
this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete this game. Please be sure to check your inventory if you decide to skip.
Okay. Well, that's new. Hello, how are you doing? Well, we'll see if I'll actually be king during this one, because so far I've only been king during one of them. And that was King's Quest II. Because in the first one you try to become the king, in the second one you try and, well, find a queen to go along with them. And then you've got the sun, and... oh, thank you very much. It's nice to see you over here, but oh, don't let me keep you from any other streams you may or may not want to be watching. I'll just be over here doing my thing. You can also watch VODs if you're interested in the game. So, anyways, where was I? Yeah, King's Quest 3 was the son, King's Quest 4 was the daughter, so I have no clue who's going to be the main character in this game. I mean, maybe the queen for once, but I doubt it. Anyways, cutscene. Castle Daventry. I do really like the graphics. So colorful in comparison. Like, several different shades of brown. Not just like two. Alright. So, guessing everyone was inside the castle. We've even got music? And possibly voice acting? And fancy graphics? I thought this game was released in 1990. Well, I'll take it. Didn't expect all of those to be a thing at the same time in one game. Yeah. So, fancy graphics, fancy music, and fancy voice acting. Possibly. I mean, they even had, like, actual background sounds. Like, I could hear birds chirping. Okay, so they weren't all home. That's nice, I guess.
Ooh, I can tell you what happened.
What?
Ooh, I know what happened to your castle. I saw it all. Yes, I did.
You did? Well then, what happened?
Ooh, it was the powerful and evil wizard Mordak who did it. Ooh, I just happened to be visiting with an old friend when I saw him materialize out of thin air. Thank goodness he didn't notice me.
Well, don't stop now. Go on.
Okay.
He conjured up a terrible whirlwind that swirled faster and faster around the castle. With another incantation, Mordak then caused the wind to draw the castle up into the sky and out of sight. Ooh, it was something to see, all right.
Why? Why would this wizard, Mordak, want my castle? What could he have against me and my family?
Good question.
That I don't know. Ooh, I only know that it was Mordak who took your castle and your family. Well, perhaps I can help you. My employer also happens to be a wizard, which is why I recognized Mordak. Unlike Mordak, though, my employer is a very good wizard. His name
Sure.
is Crispin Arthur, but we all call him Crispin for short. The only problem is, you see...
That was elegant. Okay.
Anyway, where was I?
I don't think that's the owl's name, no.
The only problem is that Crispin is getting on in years and tends to be a bit forgetful.
I don't know. This doesn't sound as if it would work.
Oh, sure it would. Crispin is a very qualified wizard, one of the best. He just gets a little forgetful now and again, that's all. Now, where is it? Oh, I know I brought it with me. Aha! Here it is.
What is that?
Well, it is my opinion that you don't stand a chance against the likes of Mordak. Oh, excuse me for saying, Your Majesty, but you don't have a choice. You must come with me. I'm sure Crispin can help you.
Okay.
What is that stuff?
Oh, just some old leftover fairy dust I've been carrying around.
Of course.
It'll help you to fly. You can follow me to the land of Serenia, where Crispin and I live. It's much too far to walk, you know. Ooh, I think the fairy dust is still good.
Well, that's not sketchy at all. Sure, I'll use expired fairy dust to hopefully fly to the castle of the guy who's definitely not evil.
Come on, up here.
Seems safe. He may or may not be a bit of a clumsy flyer. So, yeah, I know. Best plan ever. Well, not sure why he's even moving his arms. I'm pretty sure they're not doing much. Like, last time I checked, arms don't really work as wings. But maybe I didn't check hard enough. Okay, so he lives in a village. Or they're just flying over it.
There it is, down here. Come on.
Okay, here I come.
Good morning, how you doing? Did he crash into the house? Kinda looks like he did. Alright, well. Could have been worse.
Ooh, looks like the fairy dust just wore off.
Convenient.
Cedric, where have you been? I've been calling for you.
And who's this strange man?
What have we here? A bit clumsy, are you? Well, come on in the house and dry off. No sense sitting around like a wet dog. Cedric, go into
Pretty
the
sure
house
he should
before you
empty
give
his
us a
boots.
Nice hot cup of tea.
But,
Oh, aye, aye, Crispin.
I mean, what do I know? I'm wondering whether or not the owl was born as an owl or was transformed. So far, I still don't
The society
trust the
of wizards
good wizard.
has always taken a dim view of Mordak and his abuse of his power. Why, he's even been put on suspension a few times. It never seems to do any good, though.
Crispin, why would Mordak want to take my family or castle? What did we ever do to him?
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. Mordak is a very unpredictable wizard. I've never understood that evil mind of his.
Oh, I thought perhaps you could help His Majesty, Kristen. That's why I brought him here.
Well, let me see now. I used to be a very powerful wizard at one time, you know, but I've gotten a little rusty lately.
A little rusty.
That's quite enough from you, Cedric.
Oh, yes, sir, Kristen, sir.
Okay.
I
Very
don't know
reassuring.
what I have that would be of much use to you. Most of my wizard stuff is pretty old and worn out.
And expired.
Let's see what I can find.
I hope it's more reliable than the fairy dust. He's a bit slow. Didn't he have a walking stick or something? Well, I've got time.
No, that won't do. That's all used up. It might work. Here, eat this.
What is that?
That's an old piece of magical white snake I had left over from last year. With
Right.
it, you'll be able to communicate with the natural and animal world. You could find that quite helpful.
Okay then.
Here's my old wand. I don't even know if it works anymore. Most of its power may be gone. You should know that wands are like pets. They've got to get to know you before they'll work for you. Just treat it with care and respect, and hopefully it will do something for you. You'd better get going,
All right.
my boy. No telling what that confounded Mordak could be up to. You go with him, Cedric. Show him the way.
Oh,
Yes, you. Don't be such a coward. Now go on. You'd better get started.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate all you've done for me.
Alright. So, do I get to do stuff yet?
I suggest we visit the town first. How about it, Your Majesty?
Please don't call me Your Majesty, Cedric. It's much too formal. I'd like it if you'd just call me Graham.
Oh, I'd be delighted to, Graham. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, the town. You might be able to find some supplies there. It's just over a little hill to the south, not too far.
Well then, let's be on our way, Cedric.
Okay, so, do I get to do stuff now? Was that it? Do I have a mouse cursor? Yes, I do. Well, interesting. So we've got look, probably use, or pick up, talk to, and walk. Inventory, I've got the magic wand. Alright. I'm guessing it might be a combination of pick up and use. So, not that many different options, which I appreciate. But yeah, I know. He just said that his name was Graham. So, yes, it is Graham. But, I mean, based on how he was doing during the last game, seems like, this magical fruit that I got for him was rather convenient. So, I'm not sure how to turn on subtitles. If anyone knows how to, do let me know. Yeah. I already know to save a lot. Speaking of which, I should probably save it here. So, there, saving. But yeah, I'm not sure where the subtitles would be.
This icon brings up the control
Great. What's this? About, help, cancel.
The wait cursor will appear
No.
on the screen anytime the
Next,
hold cursor will appear on
hold.
the screen anytime that Graham is not
Next.
Choose walk to move, choose look, when
Next.
choose action when you want Graham to
No,
choose
talk,
choose
item,
choose
inventory,
choose controls when you want to
controls?
adjust Graham's walking speed,
Okay.
the sound volume, and or the game detail level. Also
Okay.
choose this if you would like to save your current game, restore your current game, quit playing, or restart from the beginning. Choose information when you would.
Alright. Well, those are all the bars here. That seems like those are all the options I get. So, sorry about that. I'll try not to talk over any of the dialogue, but it seems like subtitles aren't a thing in the Steam version. So, yeah. That's some interesting chirping in the background.
A small well is located near the cottage.
That voice actor is in an interesting sounding environment.
Thick pane windows adorn the small house. It is difficult to see through them.
Like, it doesn't sound like a professional sound booth type
The
thing, but
hand-hewn wooden door is recessed within a small porch.
Okay.
The hand-hewn wooden door is
okay. Oh,
thick pane windows adorn the small house. It is difficult to see through them.
I wouldn't say he sounds like a robot. I think he sounds like an older gentleman sitting in his living room, which isn't quite made to, well, be used for voice acting, but
Impatiently, Cedric waits for Graham. Nestled among the trees of the forest sits the wizard Crispin's worn but cozy cottage.
yeah, could be. It's definitely what they managed.
A small cellar door is located under the house.
Okay, can I open the door?
Ooh, don't bother with the cellar door. There's nothing there. Besides, it's locked.
There's nothing there, which is why it's locked. Well, that's not suspicious at all.
A small well is located near the cottage.
So can I interact with it?
Curious, Graham gazes down into Crispin's well, but sees nothing of interest.
But yeah, I'll still be suspicious of that guy. He may be trying to help me, but Graham trusts people a bit too quickly for my taste.
An unusual ornament decorates Crispin's front yard. Crispin, being a wizard, it must have some magical significance which Graham could never understand.
Did I just hear other people's voices in the background during that recording?
An unusual ornament decorates Crispin's front yard. Crispin, being a wizard, it must have some magical significance which Graham could never understand.
I'm pretty sure that's someone else in the background. Nice. Well. Okay, can't look at the bridge. River?
A tiny pond adds charm to Crispin's forested home.
That's a pond? It's a very long pond. Oh. So, anything else?
Nestled among the trees of the forest sits the wizard Crispin's worn but...
Okay. Well, I'm guessing I can't go back. Good morning. How you doing?
Don't be wasting your time coming in here. Young man, I've done all I can for you. Now it's up to you. Well, anyway, I'm not going to be here for a little while. There's an emergency I have to attend to in a neighboring land.
Okay.
I'll try to keep an eye out for you, but this is something you and Cedric are going to have to do yourselves. I wish you the best, King Graham.
I appreciate all you've done, Crispin. I'll be on my way now.
Alright then. He's just gonna be off dealing with some emergency in a neighboring town. Like, maybe a castle just randomly appeared out of nowhere. Who knows? Oh, I'm doing alright. How was everyone's week? Enter at your own risk. Oh, reassuring.
The sign seems self-explanatory enough. Enter at your own risk. The wide dirt path ends at a crude warning sign placed before an ominous-looking forest. Beyond the sign, the path narrows to nothing more than a root and snarled trail. The wide dirt path. Beyond the warning sign, the gnarled trees seem to close in, entangling and confusing all who dare enter here.
Yeah, I've been keeping quite busy. I mean, I was celebrating somebody's birthday, of course, with safety measures and not being anywhere close to that person. But yeah, like there was a big birthday party that was planned but had to be cancelled for obvious reasons.
An old hollow log lies in a small clearing before the gloomy forest.
Okay, can I...
The old log doesn't look interesting enough to bother with.
Alright, I guess there's nothing hidden in there. I'll just assume that's the case. No need to look closer.
Beyond the warning sign,
Alright, so... Cedric?
Cedric perches nervously on a tree limb at the edge of a gloomy forest.
Back to the east is Crispin's house.
Okay.
Cedric seems to be quietly contemplating their current situation, and so is not inclined to indulge in conversation right now.
So...
Cedric is too busy.
There was cake, yes. Still got some leftover cake. It was pretty nice cake. Not the first time I've had that specific kind of cake. It's kind of similar to, like, apple pie. It's like a apple crumble pie thing. It's really good. So, let's see. Can I go this way? That's an interesting tree. Oh, the tree's playing the harp. As trees do.
A graceful weeping willow tree grows beside a small pond created from her tears. In her branch-like arms, she clutches a beautiful harp as a child would a cherished toy.
Well, this seems normal. Nothing to see here.
Impatiently, Cedric waits for Graham.
Can I talk to the tree?
Miss Willow?
Yes?
You can talk?
Of course.
Why, of course I can. What did you expect?
Well, I've never seen a talking tree before. What's wrong?
Everything's wrong, can't you tell? I'm not really a tree. I'm really a princess. You see, My fiancé and I were walking through this wood when a nasty old witch came along and was instantly charmed by my handsome prince. When he naturally refused her advances, she jealously banished him to a faraway land and turned me into a tree. Then she stole my heart.
Stole your heart?
Yes, she turned my heart to gold and took it away with her. The only way I can become human again is to have my heart brought back. Now, all I have to cheer me up is my harp. It's quite magical, you know. It plays the sweetest music you've ever heard. Now please, leave me alone in my sorrow.
So the witch turned her heart to gold and then stole it. For some reason that seems a bit weird. Like, I'm guessing the witch doesn't like her. So why would she turn her heart to gold? Because that seems like a thing you wouldn't do to someone you dislike, right? I mean, the stealing, I guess, wouldn't be considered to be nice, but like, the whole heart of gold thing is a compliment. So, I don't quite get her logic. Yeah, true. It wouldn't really work that well, of course, but it just seems weird. Maybe she just needed an ornament for a fireplace? I mean, yeah, obviously people couldn't survive if their heart was literally turned to gold. But, I mean, we're talking about a tree playing a harp while crying a pond, not a river. So...
Oh, what a sad song she plays. Let's try to cheer her up, Graham.
let's try and cheer her up. Well...
How will I find this heart of mine, taken from me for some time? Here I stand near my pool of tears. Here I'll stay throughout the years.
Okay, apparently there's singing too in this game. Did not expect that. So... I guess if I find a witch, I can try and see if I can get the tree's heart back. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? But yes, it's supposed to be a harp.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm not going in there. Can't you read the sign?
Oh,
Come on, Cedric. There might be something important in here.
I thought it was meant for the other direction.
I'll wait here.
Okay then. Well, I still don't have any items, so... And I do have a save at the start, so... Not too worried about getting killed yet.
Numerous roots, rocks, and ruts choke the narrow forest path, which branches either to the right or to the left.
Can I talk to that frog? No. I guess not. Bye bye, frog. And he's back. Yeah, I guess not. I can talk to animals, but not that one. So what happens if I go over here? Oh, it's probably going to be a maze. Well. Interesting garden design. Like, are these horns? What are these? Apparently they're not interesting enough to comment on them.
A slimy path leads from the forest floor up to the base of a large, misshapen tree.
Well, What's this? I thought it was a window, but apparently it isn't.
Graham tugs firmly on the door in the tree.
Oh, it's a door.
Finds it securely locked.
Of course. Well, who knows, maybe that compartment contains this tree's heart? I mean, what do I know? This game's logic seems a bit silly at times so far. Can't see to walk that way. What about back here? Possibly. Alright. Well. Now I'm dead. Great. Or, no, a frog.
That old witch caught Graham totally off guard.
Okay, so that was a witch. Good to know. So, that was interesting. I guess I'll talk to the tree again, because it sounded like I may need to do that. Oh, I stumbled across a witch who turned me into a frog. And there are a lot of frogs in that part of the forest, so seems like he's not the first one. Alright, so can I skip through this? Possibly. Oh.
Yes? Why, of course I can. What did you expect?
Okay.
Everything's wrong, can't you tell? I'm not really a tree. I'm really a princess. You see, my fiancé and I were walking through this wood.
She doesn't mention her name though.
A witch came along and was instantly charmed by my handsome prince.
Or
When he
her
met me
fiancé's
in
name.
dances, she jealously banished him to a faraway land and turned me into a tree. Then she stole my heart.
Stole your heart?
Yes, she turned my heart to gold and took it away with her. The only way I can become human again is to have my heart brought back. Now, all I have to cheer me up is my harp. It's quite magical, you know. It plays the sweetest music you've ever heard. Now please, leave me alone in my sorrow.
Okay. So, talking to Cedric.
Sad song she plays. Let's try to cheer her up, Graham.
Yeah, it just seemed like I need to do this, but I might be wrong.
Here I stand near my pool of tears. Here I'll stay throughout the years.
It just kind of seemed like I'm accepting a quest here. Not sure if I can finish the quest without ever having heard about it. So I didn't want to risk doing that. So, can I walk over here? Yes, alright. Finally. I'll save again. And then I'll try and walk over here, which is hopefully the direction I'm supposed to be going. Because, I mean, the witch's place didn't seem like the best place to be. Oh. Wait, what? Alright. Seems like it's the only option. That's great. I guess I should have asked the wizard for some more fairy dust.
Going in there. Can't you read the sign?
Come on, Cedric. There might be something important in here.
Okay. Well, gotta save this time, so it's going to be perfectly fine. Oh, okay. Well, that's one way to do it. Well,
That old witch caught Graham totally off guard.
so can I just use the one that he got from the wizard? Like, what if I try and use it? No? There. Okay.
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm not going in there. Can't you read the...
Frog?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll find something to use the wand on.
Thank goodness.
Yes, yes, thank goodness I'm back again and back over here again.
Thank goodness, Graham. Ooh, I didn't know if I'd ever see you again.
Well, I mean, it was just turned into a frog several times. It's perfectly normal. It's just a frog.
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Okay. Well, as long as I don't have any other items, I might as well try and use the one I have. So, can I use it on the tree lady?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Yeah, it seemed rather risky.
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Okay, Cedric?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Well, I guess not then.
To the north, Graham can see the gnarly edge of a deep, dark forest.
Okay.
A lovely little pond surrounds the base of a beautiful weeping willow tree. A graceful weeping willow tree grows beside...
Okay, can't look at the harp. So... is there anything else I can look at?
To the north, Graham can see the...
No. Alright. So I'll just walk over here again. So there aren't that many things I can interact with. Which makes me
Graham
think
gives
that
the wand a good shake.
it shouldn't be
but it
too
only
difficult to find the thing I'm supposed to use the wand on. I just haven't found it yet. Maybe I can unlock the super uninteresting basement. Wait, what? I don't remember this place. Alright.
Upon a fallen log sits a dashing young prince who looks very sad and confused.
Okay. Is that the guy who was taken away to a faraway village? Because he's really not that far away.
Excuse me, young man. Sorry to bother you, but I couldn't help but notice you sitting there on that log. I was wondering if there was anything wrong.
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, there is. I've been searching everywhere for my fiancée. She's a beautiful princess with long golden tresses, fetching blue eyes, and smooth, creamy skin. Have you seen her anywhere about?
Yeah, she's a tree.
No, sorry, I haven't seen anyone like that.
That's what I figured. No one has seen her. I bet that a witch who lives in the dark forest had something to do with her disappearance.
She's a
I'll keep an eye out
tree.
for her. If I see her, I'll let her know you're looking for her.
I would appreciate that. Well, I guess I'd better get back to looking for her. I'm not ever going to find her just sitting around here. Thanks for your concern.
Well, I mean, yeah, you won't find her sitting around here because she's a tree. She can't really move around right now, apart from playing the harp. It's a long story. You'd think that while looking around he would have noticed the giant weeping tree playing a harp. Who's more than eager to tell everyone she's looking for her fiancé. Pretty sure she would have recognized him. So, excuse me.
Please, don't bother me anymore. Let me weep in peace.
Darn it. Okay, well, she doesn't want to know about the fact that I found her fiancé who's totally disappeared. Well. So, he seems a bit useless. Or maybe that's just me.
Graham feels the eyes of many creatures upon him as he follows a meandering path through the thick wood. What a wonderful bluebird. It could almost make Graham happy again if it wasn't for his family.
That's a very interesting line. This bird is so lovely, he could almost forget the fact that his family was kidnapped. Along with, well, his entire castle. No big deal.
Graham feels the eyes of many creatures upon him. Graham feels the eyes of many...
Looks like this is a mushroom or something? I don't know.
Graham feels the eyes... Graham feels the...
Okay. Well, can't look at a lot of things in this game, but I guess that's something they had to cut back on with all the voice acting.
Cedric waits for Graham in a nearby tree.
Alright, can I talk to this bird?
The bluebird is too busy taking a bath to answer Graham.
Alright.
If you walk to the south, you will find the town bakehouse.
Town what house?
Ooh, there's nothing but a dark, scary forest to the north.
Cedric is too busy looking around and doesn't seem to be paying any attention to Graham at the moment.
Yeah, still, I mean, they can't really do voice lines for everything. So, maybe they removed some less relevant ones? I don't know. I think the mic is picking it up, but someone's making noise outside. Well, I guess it's a good day for construction. The weather is pretty nice over here, so whatever. So, yes, maybe they're trying to tell me something, but I'm not actually familiar with Morse code, so. Well, can I talk to those guys, or are they too busy?
Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm terribly sorry to bother you. I was just noticing your son's marionette. It's very interesting. Where did you get it?
It's grandson, not son, and I made it for him. Why do you care?
I just wanted to comment on its artistry. It's very well done. I don't suppose it could be bought.
If it could, the price would be very steep. I reckon you couldn't afford it. Now, leave me and my grandson be.
Graham is acting weird. I mean, he seems a bit sleazy.
Speak to the young gnome, but the boy seems to be very shy and doesn't answer.
Alright.
The entrance to the small house is through a crudely constructed door.
Like, he's trying to buy a kid's favorite toy by complimenting the kid's grandfather a bunch. It just seems kind of sketchy. But I guess he's a king, so... I mean, what are morals anyway, if you can make laws?
Ooh, stay away from those bees.
He said while sitting right next to them. Well, good time to save. And to walk over to those bees. How close can I get? Can I just walk past them? Apparently so. What if I walk closer to the tree? Doesn't seem to be a problem.
It appears the bees have a hive inside the hole of the old dead tree.
Can I reach for the hive? Yeah, for some reason I didn't like that. Can't imagine why.
That wasn't a smart move, Graham. Bee seeing you.
Okay. So do I need to make sure they don't see me? So far it seems like I may need the beehive, or, well, maybe honey. And I may also need the marionette. We'll see.
A colony of large ants parade up and down a huge anthill built amid some scrubby bushes.
It's a very artistic anthill. Can I use magic on it?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Wait.
Ooh, keep your eye on the gypsies, Graham. I don't trust them.
Wait, what? I thought this was King's Quest. That seems like the wrong era. But okay.
A large ox, tied to the gypsy's wagon, peacefully munches on grass. A gypsy wagon is encamped here at the edge of the woods. On the side of the wagon, the words "Fortune Teller" have been painted.
Okay. I guess there's a logo in between.
Within the gypsy encampment, Graham notices a tall, burly man who keeps a suspicious eye on him and Cedric.
Encampment? It's just... seems like it's an encampment of one. So, encampment is a bit of a big word.
The sullen man doesn't appear to be the conversational sort.
Okay then. So, can I knock on the door? No? I guess not. Can I look at their campfire?
A steaming pot of stew bubbles over a small campfire near the gypsy wagon.
Nice. So, what can I do around here? Can I look at the door?
A gypsy wagon is in
Nope. Can I interact with it at all? The ox?
Graham finds the huge beast completely uninteresting.
Alright.
The ox's mouth is too full of grass to even attempt a conversation with Graham.
Apparently, he can talk to animals, but all animals are just too busy. So... Can I curse the campfire?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
No. The ox? I don't even get a voice line. Alright. Well,
Let's move on, Graham.
fine. I'll move on. So, where can I go? Can I walk over here? Oh, that's the same place. Well. I'm guessing down here is also the same place. The music starts very abruptly on the screen. Oh. Interesting dance.
Ooh, is that a new dance, Graham? The Boogaloo?
Yeah, it seems like it. At least I'd assume that's what did it. I don't think I could interact with the door.
Like strangers trespassing in my house.
Yeah, fair enough. I wouldn't trust Graham either. He seems like the trespassing kind. So, I haven't really done anything here. But once again, this area looks very modern. Like, especially this barn. Like, a roof as round as that, with what seems to be a window up there. And just the style. Not so sure about whether or not this is supposed to be in the Middle Ages. Well, ish. I mean, obviously it's fantasy.
An old, uninteresting barn is located behind the country inn.
I'm not that knowledgeable when it comes to architecture, but it just seems too modern to me. So, what can I do around here? Can I talk to someone through the door? I guess not. Can I open the door?
Ooh, I'll wait for you out here. I don't like that place.
Alright. Well, this place seems cozy. Can I talk to the dog? At least it doesn't seem too busy.
Graham has nothing to say to a sleeping dog.
Oh, it's sleeping. Of course. It seemed like his eyes are open, but I mean, they're just 2 pixels. So,
Gentlemen, please excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Diana's beau ain't got no more rooms.
Hey, boss, this guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rub 'em out.
okay then.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds. Don't worry, Graham. The innkeeper will soon put you out of your misery.
I got killed. Fair enough. I mean, thanks for follow. How was your stream? Alright, so... Can I do anything else about the inn, or am I just going to get killed there no matter what? Because it seems like that may be the case. We'll see. Alright, so I think it was this way. Alright. What if I walk through the other door? Is that gonna change anything?
The side door is locked.
Okay. Can't go there, so... What if I try not to talk to the innkeeper, but just walk around in there? Maybe that is going to mean that he doesn't knock me out. We'll see.
I'll wait for you out here. I don't like that place.
So, let's see. What can I do in here?
The Country Inn's tavern looks a bit shabby and run down. At the bar, Graham notices 3 men.
Alright, can I stare at them?
Graham notices 3 rough-looking men huddled over the bar in serious conversation. Since they're talking in such low tones, Graham can't quite hear what they're saying.
Well, that's a shame. So, what's that?
The Inn's tavern looks a bit shabby and run down. At the bar, Graham notices 3 men.
Oh, really? So, I guess they're all working together? And I don't think I can interact with anything else, so I'll try and talk to one of them instead of the barkeeper.
Gentlemen, please
No.
excuse me.
Okay,
I
not gonna
didn't
happen.
interrupt you.
Yeah. Great. So. Oh, thank you very much. My accent is its own thing. I don't really have any control over it. It just does what it wants. So, it's not just one accent.
Don't worry, Graham.
Alright. Where can I go? I could try and cross the river. But I doubt that's going to be a thing.
No, Graham, don't!
Is he gonna drown? Wait, I thought the water was flowing in the other direction.
Too bad. Graham's swimming skills were no match for the mighty river.
Well, I'm not a German, so... I'll just... pretend you didn't just call me a German. I mean, yes, German is my first language, kinda, but... But I am not from Germany. But yes, it does seem like he's forgot how to swim. Not the first time. I haven't actually played all of Undertale, and yes, Austria, that's the place. Haven't been here yet. What's this place? And I drowned. Well, it happens.
Graham's swimming skills were no match for the mighty river.
So, well, at least I found a place I can go. But I think I started streaming Undertale at some point, but I didn't really get that far. So, yeah. Basically, most of what my channel is just playing stuff for the first time, because there are so many games I've never even seen before. Like this one.
And how is your poor dear mother doing, William?
Oh, she hasn't been doing too well lately. But my brother and I help out whenever we can. Thanks for asking, Amanda.
Austin, keep your fingers out of that pie. The pies look lovely. I think I'll take one.
Yes, they were just made fresh this morning. Here you go.
Those
Yes, this
pies are...
For our dinner tonight. Let's go home, Austin.
Those pies look like they're the size of family-sized pizzas. Not sure about this shop. Wait, crown icon?
The last of the pies.
What was that?
Welcome to our bakehouse, traveler. Of course, all of our wares are wonderful, but today we've got a special on custard pie. Just 1 silver coin each, but take your time. Let me know when you're ready.
Well, I don't have a silver coin.
Everything looks so delicious, it's hard to decide what to buy.
Everybody has that problem, but what a problem to have.
Those custard pies look most delicious.
Yes, they're made from a recipe handed down from our dear Mama and her Mama before her.
It's still hard to decide, though.
Well, take your time. There's no hurry.
Alright. Well, the plot of this game. I've only started this game today, so I don't know that much about it yet. But, basically, Graham is a king. Long story. Explained in the previous games. His castle was magically moved to some other place, we don't know where, with his entire family inside, and he's trying to find them again. The thing is, an owl watched the evil wizard who magicked away the castle, and then told Graham about it, and then gave him fairy dust to move to the owl's master, who's the good wizard, who's supposed to help me. But he's off doing something else. So, yeah. Oh, and I met a tree lady. By tortoise. I don't think so. Oh, no. Well, I guess Bowser is a tortoise. I've never thought of that. Well. Anyhow, I'm now in the area that the wizard lives in. The good wizard, not the bad wizard.
We're going into town. I'll just wait for you here. I had a nasty run-in with a big dog once, and I feel much safer out here.
And, Cedric, so the owl I keep talking to is the one who brought me here. So.
May I help you, sir?
Okay then. Well.
I'm interested in buying something here.
Let me show you some things.
Some things. Nice.
A fine piece of cloth. With this material, I could make you beautiful shirts. There isn't a more beautiful piece of fabric to be found anywhere. With this, I could make you the finest trousers you've ever had. Well, what do you think?
Well, right now I'm just looking. Thanks anyway.
Sure. Whatever you say, I'm just here to help.
I mean, I have played Stardew Valley, so... In case you were asking me, yes. Thanks to the host.
A broken wagon blocks access to a smaller side street.
Okay. Just random broken wagon. Why not? Nobody's going to bother moving it away, because apparently nobody needs that side street anyway. How you doing?
Nearly hidden at the end of the street sits a small shoe shop.
A shoe shop.
Take a look around if you want, but we don't have any shoes to sell you right now. We sold our last finished pair yesterday. Our business ain't doing so good anymore, and we're getting too old to keep trying.
Is there anything I can do to help?
There ain't nothing you can do, short of buying us out. But like I said, if you want to look around, feel free.
Okay, thanks.
Alright. Well, I mean, from what I know, they wouldn't be making shoes just to have them in stock. They'd be creating them, like, for each customer. So, and yes, this is an eye. There are the different actions I can use to interact with the environment. But yeah, like, pretty sure back then you'd need to go to the shoemaker to get them to make shoes for you. Yes, it's a very strange game. But I guess the 90s were a very strange time.
A small toy shop fronts the town's cobblestone street.
A toy shop. Okay.
Come on in, look around. Let me know if you're interested in anything.
The shipment of carving wood hasn't come in yet. What should we do?
If it's not in by tomorrow, I'll send you to the sawmill.
Okay, Papa?
Grandpapa,
Yeah, my darling?
can I keep this doll? I really like her.
Now, Katrina, you know these toys are for sale for other kinder. Besides, you've got plenty of dolls. You can play with her, but just be careful.
All right, Grandpapa, I'll take care of her.
He's supposed to be German. Pretty sure. Either that, or they mixed up German with another language, which they sometimes do.
This is a fine little toy shop you have here. You must be very proud.
Danke, son. I've worked very hard at it over the years. But you know, you need to really love it. And I do.
Are most of these toys your creations?
Yeah, most of them. But not all. Some my son made, some I bought, some I traded for.
You're very talented.
Danke, danke. Well, let me know if I can help you.
Fun thing is, I'm pretty sure that voice actor does not have German as his main language, because he definitely has an accent while speaking German. So, once again.
A child's wonderland of toys fills this quaint little toy shop. A child's wonderland of...
Not sure if anyone recognizes the accent, because I don't. But, yeah, he definitely has one.
The little girl is more interested in her doll. She pays no attention to Graham.
Okay.
Not wanting to bother the toy maker again, Graham instead looks around the toy shop. A child's wonderland of toys fills this quaint little toy shop.
Alright. Can I do anything with them?
Notices a strong little sled hanging on a side wall.
Can I buy the sled?
That's a fine sled, isn't it? Any child would love to have it.
Yes, I was just admiring the workmanship.
Danke. If you'd like to buy it, let me know.
But yeah, I can't tell if he's just a native English speaker. So. Oh. Well, I guess you did say something, yes. Good job.
A pet goldfish swims endlessly around in its fishbowl.
But yeah, honestly, I can't tell if he's a native English speaker or not. He might have a different accent. It's just that his fake German accent and his accent while speaking German are very distracting to me. Can I pet the fish? No. Well, that's a shame.
Look in that trunk upstairs. I think I put them there.
Okay. Just gonna stand there, leaning against the door, staring at me.
I'll do that.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Wouldn't you try and pet a fish? Is that just me? I mean, who hasn't pet fish? What's that and why is it sparkling?
Bending down, Graham quickly retrieves the silver coin from the street.
A silver coin! Nice. I can buy a pie with that. I don't think I've pet a stingray, but I have pet koi, and, like, you can't really call it petting, but I used to have fish, and I interacted with them, which was mainly hand feeding them. It's a weird experience. And no, I do not. Seems like an interesting username and channel design to choose if I was afraid of spiders. So, yeah. I don't mind spiders. I like them. Not going to say I like most insects, but spiders aren't insects. Well, I'm not using Nightbot, so...
The quaint little town of Serinia.
Thanks for follow.
At the base of a great snow-capped mountain range which rises sharply to the east.
Yeah, I know. It's been such a closely kept secret. I mean, who wouldn't name themselves after their worst fear? I mean, I guess Batman, but fine. No, can't interact with it.
Gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies. Secure within a small pen, a spotted cow quietly chews her cud.
Well, pretty sure that cow would prefer to have fresh grass, considering, I mean, look at the area. But, well. Well, fair enough. Thanks for stopping by. It's definitely not nighttime over here. Alright, can I talk to the random people walking around here? I guess I can.
Top of the morning to you, sir.
Alright.
Hello.
Interesting conversations. So, I've got the 1 coin. Can I leave the village on the other side? Possibly? No. Alright. Well, I guess I'll just have to go back. But I'm pretty sure that the pie is going to be the only thing I can afford with 1 coin. I mean, if pies cost 1 silver coin, I'm pretty sure shoes, kids' toys, and, like, tailor-made clothing would cost more. So, I think the pie shop was the one along the river. Well, if he knew where his castle was, then I'm sure he'd love to go there. I mean, yeah, maybe it cost 1 coin, but those would be some very expensive pies.
Ooh, I'll wait for you.
Okay. Yeah, alright. They do have a cat, so can I interact with the cat?
Of course, all of our wares are wonderful, but don't forget our special on custard pies. Just 1 silver coin each, but take your time. Let me know when you're ready.
So, cat. Can I pet the cat?
The cat doesn't look very friendly at all.
Can I talk to the cat?
The cat doesn't appear to like Graham, much less answer him.
Yeah, true. He could just start a new family, but I think he might be a bit old for that. I mean, no offense, but he got pretty close to possibly dying from a heart attack in the previous game. So, I'm not sure starting a new family is in his future.
Sir, I would like to purchase one of your custard pies.
These pies cost 1 silver coin each.
I've got it right here. Here you go.
I hope you enjoy your custard pie.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Alright. So...
The custard pie looks delicious.
Nice.
The old wand doesn't seem to have any vitality left in it.
I'm not sure they are. I mainly just know that, well, if I remember correctly, Prime subs are worth more. But other than that, not that I'm aware of. Do they cost more than a standard sub? To be honest, I don't usually subscribe to channels myself, since I hardly even watch Twitch. Which is a bit weird, considering I'm a Twitch streamer, but whatever. That and the fact that I'm a student. So, totally swimming in cash. So, I've got a pie. Who wants a pie? I don't remember anyone mentioning that they're hungry. So... Well, pretty sure you can't give me another item in exchange for the pie in-game, so... I also want a pie, but... well... pretty sure I can't just eat an in-game custard pie. At least not IRL. Not sure I've ever had a custard pie.
It's you again, is it? We still don't have any shoes for sale.
But I've got pie. Oh, can I interact with a doggo? No.
This old dog doesn't appeal to Graham.
Yes, I also like apple pie.
The old dog pays no attention to Graham.
Okay. Well, the whole talking to animals doesn't seem to be going so well. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be able to talk to animals by now, but nope. I mean, maybe I just didn't pay enough attention. But I sure thought that the weird ingredient the good wizard had me eat was supposed to make him be able to talk to animals. Can I talk to the cow? Because I haven't tried that yet. And is that Cedric? Probably. Yeah.
If you follow this road along the river, you'll come to the town bakehouse. You might find something delicious. I mean, useful there.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the cow doesn't have anything to say. Her mouth is too full of cud.
Oh. So, I've already got the pie. Now what? I mean...
Graham, watch out! A poisonous snake!
a snake. Really? Where? And a poisonous snake? Wouldn't it be a venomous snake? Because otherwise I'd just have to watch out not to eat the snake. Oh, there it is. Yes, exactly. I shouldn't eat the snake. How dangerous. So if I walk up to the snake, do I just have to eat it? Like, maybe he's going to trip and accidentally swallow the snake. No? Okay.
Wise, Graham. He who speaks with forked tongue should never be trusted.
What's this game's problem with snakes? I mean, really?
In silence, the large serpent eyes Graham menacingly.
Alright.
A worn dirt path wanders through a thick wood, alive with the sounds of many creatures. Between the trees, to the east, Graham can see the outline of a great mountain range.
Finally, another mountain range.
A large, venomous snake blocks Graham's passage to the east.
But yeah, it does sound like you have been living your life wrong. Hate to break it to you. So, I'm pretty sure this bird still doesn't want to talk to me.
The bluebird is too busy taking a bath to answer Graham.
Exactly. So, is that something I can interact with?
The eyes of many
No, no it's not. So, pie. So far, the only animals I can think of who would be interested in it are the ants. I haven't tried to talk to the ants or the bees yet. I'll try and do that. But yeah, they put so many different animals in here. But I am surprised by how fancy this game seems in comparison. I mean, look at all these shades of green. Landscape actually looks kind of 3D. So, ants? No?
The ants are too busy to engage in conversation with Graham.
I mean, you can talk to animals. It's expecting them to talk back. That's the problem.
A colony of large ants parade up and down a huge anthill built amid some scrubby bushes.
So.
A swarm of bees buzz around a hole in a rotted old tree.
Great. Can I talk to them though?
These aren't very talkative bees.
Well, those are some strange bees. Alright. Any clues about this pie?
The custard pie looks delicious.
No. Guess not. Can I magic away the bees?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Nope. Can I use it on the pie? No. Can I use it on the river?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Is that a branch on the ground?
Graham notices a large stick lying on the ground near the
Nice.
old tree.
Alright. Found an item. Probably.
Graham bends down and picks up the large stick from the ground.
Nice. Alright. That's something.
It appears to be an average stick of wood.
Nice. Nothing better than an average stick. So many uses. Fair enough. Have fun with your very important phone call. Yes, using sign language during a voice call would probably be very useful. Can I search the hay for, like, a needle or something?
Carefully, Graham searches through the haystack, but doesn't see anything of importance.
Can't even find a needle? Really?
Carefully, Graham searches through the haystack,
Oh.
but doesn't see anything of importance.
I'll search 3 times.
Carefully, Graham searches through the
Well,
haystack, but doesn't
apparently-
see anything of importance.
Apparently, I just can't find anything in the haystack. Not even a needle. And yeah, you're late. Only like an hour and a half, but it's fine. I've only drowned like 3 times already. And been turned into a frog. And killed by bees. Kidnapped. Oh, all kinds of fun stuff. How's your work going?
Graham spies a huge pile of logs to fuel the bakehouse ovens.
Nice. Can I steal some of those? No? Really? I guess not. Well, I hope work went well.
Suddenly, Frantic squeakings alert Graham to a mangy cat chasing a terrified rat.
Wait, what? Okay. What was that about? I mean, yeah, sure, it was a cat chasing a rat, but, like, not quite certain what was going on there. Poor rat. Really? Okay, well, that's a shame. I'll just trust you on that. Yeah, seems like it. But we also had a narrator in Space Quest 4. Alright. Well, I have no clue why that rat is going to be significant. I mean, maybe someone was turned into the rat. Oh, I'm not sure I could handle a narrator for Leisure Suit Larry. But who knows? I mean, I've still got like 4 of those games to go. Oh, the bucket. I mean, I guess this thing could be a bucket?
Graham notices an old wooden barrel on the street
corner. Oh, a barrel thing.
Inside the barrel, Graham sees an old rotting fish.
Nice.
Graham leans way down into the barrel and removes, the smelly old fish.
Great. I'll just have that. Don't mind me, I'm the person walking around with a very smelly, rotting fish in his pocket. Perfectly normal. Yeah. I can't imagine why it was free. You'd think that the demand for rotting fish would be very high. I'm pretty sure I want the rotting fish to give to the cat. But, well, who knows? Alright, I'll try and avoid it. So, the ants? Sure. I'll try that. Okay. So this was not the wrong direction. I think one of these might lead to the inn. I'm not sure which one. I'll save, why not? So, was it this way? Okay, well, at least I'm not at the other inn. Well, the bakery, actually, not the inn. This is the inn. Oh, of course. Can I talk to it?
The bear is too intent on the honey to listen to Graham.
Okay, I'll save again. Because why not? Can I give the pie to the bear? Or the fish?
The bear is more interested in the honey.
Smelly fish? Apparently, it does want the fish. Okay.
I'm Queen Beatrice, kind sir. I wish to thank you ever so much for saving our hive from the claws of that horrible bear. In return, I offer you a luscious honeycomb from our hive. Please feel free to retrieve one. I promise my bees won't harm you. It may come in handy on your travels.
Do I need to point out that bees aren't mammals, so their anatomy is different from humans? Apparently this game doesn't know that.
Graham reaches a hand into the beehive and retrieves a very sticky chunk of honeycomb. Wrapping it in a protective piece of cloth, he then pockets it.
Okay, stick.
Graham bends down.
Okay. There. So I've got all my items again. Should be fine. I'll create a new save. Alright. Did not get mauled by the bear. And of course there's dog.
The bully of a dog terrorizes the poor ants as he playfully digs at their large anthill.
What does the dog want? The stick, probably. Right? Dogs like to play fetch. Right? Right.
Here, boy!
Great. That worked.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm King Antony the Great. May I ask who you are?
Why, certainly. I'm King Graham of Daventry, and this is my friend Cedric.
Thanks for following.
We're seeking a way to cross the great mountains to the ocean on the other side.
That is a very perilous undertaking. I wish you would reconsider. But if you shall not, in return for rescuing our home from that flea-bitten cur, I wish to offer you our help, if perchance you may ever need it.
Thank you very much, King Antony. Cedric and I appreciate your kind offer. We look forward to meeting you again.
Alright. Wait, what did
The
they
ants
offer
don't
again?
seem to take kindly to uninvited trespassing.
Well, should have listened more closely. That happens.
The ants are too busy to engage in
Whatever. I'm sure they're very grateful. Or not. Whoopsies.
Ooh, is that a new dance, Graham?
But, yeah, I can't quite make out what the super distorted voices are talking about. So, I'll just restore the other save. And then find out what the ants were talking about. It might be relevant. So,
bully of a dog.
yeah, I know. Great. So, stick, dog, go fetch.
Here, boy!
Alright. So,
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm King Antony the Great. May I ask who you are?
great. So,
Why, certainly. I'm King Graham of Daventry, and this is my friend Cedric. We're seeking a way to cross the great mountains to the ocean on the other side.
That is a very perilous undertaking. I wish you would reconsider. But if you shall not, in return for rescuing our home from that flea-bitten cur, I wish to offer you our help, if perchance you may ever need it.
Thank you very much, King Antony. Cedric and I appreciate your kind offer. We look forward to meeting you again.
oh. He offered their help. That's what he was talking about. Okay. Now I've got it. So, got honey. And I still have the pie. What am I going to do with a bunch of honey? So, I don't think they want to talk to me. I'm guessing back here is the tree. But I do want to check. Yep. So, pretty sure she still does want to talk to me.
Please, Don't bother me anymore. Let me weep in peace.
Okay, fair enough.
I ain't in the mood to gab right now. Go find someone else to talk to.
I get that.
Graham attempts to speak to the young gnome, but the boy seems to be very shy and doesn't answer.
Can I look at the marionette?
Sitting on a stool in front of his house, a young gnome happily plays with an exquisite marionette.
Okay. So, I still don't know how to convince those two to talk to me. Alright. So, where do I want to go? Yes, yes, great dance. Have I tried walking back there? Yes, Cedric, very funny. I'm not sure I've tried that path. Nope, okay. Apparently, most of the paths...
Ooh, keep your eye on the gypsies, Graham. I don't trust them.
Well, great. So, door? No. Food?
Obviously, the man wouldn't tolerate Graham taking his supper.
Yes. Yes, I am. I don't really like Cedric, but it's fine. And yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, I can imagine. I just don't like Cedric's voice. But, well, what can you do? Yeah, good point. I'm glad he isn't. Oh no, not the cat. Alright. Did not see the cat, so I should be fine. Hopefully. No, I'm not going to go for a swim. I've already done that several times. Sure, I'll search the haystack again. I mean, I've searched it 3 times, but maybe something's in there now.
Graham watches with surprise as a contingent of ants marches into the haystack and begins to swarm through it.
Okay then. That makes perfect sense. So are they going to find the needle? So this game may or may not be a musical?
I'm glad to see there was a way that we could be of help to you. Look here. We found a golden needle in the haystack. I'd like to present it to you. Perhaps you can find a use for it.
Why, thank you, King Antony. I'm honored.
Good luck in your travels, King Graham. And be careful.
Alright then. That was something. I'll just save to make sure I don't have to hear that lovely song again anytime soon. So... no clue what I'm supposed to do with a golden needle.
This is a large golden needle. Honey drips at the edges of the honeycomb chunk. The custard pie looks delicious. The old wand doesn't seem to have any vitality left in it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Great. I missed that one. Thanks for the follow. But yes, I miss the King Anthony because he's an ant. Wow. That's great. What was the Queen Bee called? Like, Beatrice or something? Because if not, then, well, that was just a missed opportunity. Yes. It is rather cheesy. Still don't know what to do with that wand. I mean, the wizard said I'm supposed to be using it, but, like, what on? And how? Have I tried to use it on this random bird? I don't think so.
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Okay then. Don't think I've tried to unlock the cellar yet. Still curious if that's going to work. I mean, who knows, maybe the wizard just locked his cellar with magic. So, maybe I can undo the magic. So, which direction was it? I think it was this one. Yep, okay. So, wand, cellar.
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
The pond / river?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Nope. The well?
Graham gives the wand.
Open window?
Graham gives the wand a.
Nope. The weird garden sculpture?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
The door?
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles.
I guess not. There has to be something I can do with it. But maybe it's just useless. Which is quite possible. Alright, so. Hello, how you doing? Is there anything I can do to interact with a snake? I mean, I don't have anything the snake would be interested in. I don't think it wants a needle. Or a custard pie. Or honey. Or wand. But I guess I could try and use the wand on it. I mean,
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
like, what's the worst thing that could happen? Like, maybe I'll transform the snake into a dragon. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, I know. I am aware of that, yes. So, really, what's the worst thing that could happen? Because he dies all the time. It's not that much of a big deal. Well, the worst thing that could happen to him, I guess. But not, like, in general. Just him dying in the grand scheme of things isn't that bad, but like if he lets a dragon loose in this village, the villagers might not be too fond of him. But anyways, that's it for today. It's been lots of fun, but I will have to find something to eat, otherwise I'll not be able to focus too well on this game. So, thanks for watching. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, and we'll see. I don't know how far I'll make it in this game this weekend, but I'll see. As I said, not a huge fan of Cedric, but I won't let him stop me. So, have a nice rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!